Well, let's Terry Haycraft, if she would, to lead us in the pledge.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Terry. Okay. First item on the agenda here, or the next item on the agenda, is approval of regular meeting minutes from August 5th, 2024. These were sent out last week, so
And Denny, I will get that added for the executive session where you exited.
There was a correction. Thank you.
You're welcome.
if there are no questions or concerns about the minutes, I'll entertain a motion to approve those.
Go ahead.
I'll make a motion that we approve those with the amendment that Lori's going to make
Okay,
regarding the executive session.
okay.
I second it.
Motion by Gina, second by Clayton. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Next up is approval and ratification of bills.
Big number, big ticket items.
Yeah. If there aren't any questions or concerns about that, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
I had a
bill.
question for Laura on the $10,000 that was for economic development. Could you explain that?
That is the portion that, is there 5 entities that put into that, Mayor? That's their yearly portion to put into that.
Okay. Only concern I had, Mayor, was we never get a report or anything from them saying where the money is, what they're doing.
Okay.
Maybe it'd be, maybe request they could at least provide us with something that since we send them the money, just their status and
Balance and all that, and
what they're,
Well,
I think we know that, but also what they've done for it, what
Yeah.
programs what they've
Okay.
investigated.
I'll ask them to get something like that together. This month's meeting, supposed to have been this Thursday, has been canceled due to a lack of a quorum, but the next meeting in September, I will ask them to supply us with a report, just a financial report and a overall report, what they're doing. Yeah.
Thanks, Mayor.
Any other questions or concerns about the bills?
Just one question. Wes, do we have that excavator here now?
Yes,
Is it working out good?
yes, working very well.
Okay.
We're still waiting on the grapple, but it does have a bucket with a thumb on it now, which is basically the same as the grapple. When it comes in, they'll put it on for us.
Yeah,
It'll be good to go. Yeah, it's working out great.
good.
I make a motion, we accept the bills. Read.
Motion by Clayton, do I have a second?
I'll second that we pay the bills.
Second by Tootie, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. All right, visitors. Do we have any visitors that want to address the council? Okay. If not, we'll move on. Second and final reading of the amended solid waste ordinance. Arlene?
Whereas the City of Leitchfield, Kentucky has previously adopted an ordinance setting forth schedules, rates, and information related to solid waste pickup services. Whereas the City of Leitchfield has acknowledged an interest in providing reasonable rates for solid waste to the community in order to promote economic development and affordability to citizens. And now therefore be it ordained by the City of Leitchfield, Kentucky that ordinance 88-11 passed 12/19 88 unless amended on 4/3/23 by amended ordinance 2023-06 regulating the rates and schedules of solid waste pickup by the City of Leitchfield shall be amended as follows, with deleted portions being indicated by a line drawn through them and encompassed by brackets enclosing them, with added portions being underlined. Transfer station rate increases shall be equal to the percentage increases of rates received from the provider of solid waste transport and disposal facility. Residents of the city may deliver to the city-operated transfer station at no additional charge. non-commercial solid waste generated at the residence, which consists of yard waste, cardboard, and other acceptable bulky items not normally collected at curbside. This does not include construction, demolition, debris, and other restricted items not acceptable at the transfer station. The Litchfield Public Works may restrict acceptable items at the transfer station from time to time based on health, safety, and applicable state or federal requirements of solid waste collection. The transfer station rates shall apply to acceptable construction and demolition debris unless the customer has been approved for a permit that provides for a different rate. The above revised rates were effective as of July 1st, 2013. Thereafter, all rates automatically increased 10% per annum for each of the next 3 fiscal years. Thereafter, the rates were adjusted in an amount equal to the percentage of increase plus 1/2 of 1%, which the city received from its then provider of solid waste transport and disposal facility. The Solid Waste Committee of the Litchfield City Council shall meet annually regarding solid waste rates and have a recommendation for rates for the upcoming fiscal year by the first regular meeting in April each and every year. The Litchfield City Council shall vote to accept or reject the recommendation by the second regular meeting in May each and every year. If no decision regarding rates is made by the time period specified, then the solid waste rate shall be in an amount equal to the percentage of increase which the city receives from its provider of solid waste transport plus 1/2 of 1%. And this would require a roll call vote.
Okay. Any questions for Earlene on this amended ordinance for solid waste? If not, I'll entertain a first and a second, and we'll do a roll call.
I make a motion.
Motion by Clayton.
I'll second.
Second by Billy. Denny?
Aye.
Gina?
Aye.
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 All right. Thank you. Next up is adoption of resolution for health reimbursement arrangement.
And Mayor, what this is, and so the council knows, is whenever we have a change on our HRA, like we did this year, where our deductibles went up with our health insurance, so we moved it to $1,600 for single and $3,200 for the employee dependent family plans, we have to re-sign an agreement with them. So there's a few papers, and the copy of the resolution is in your packet, and then those other few stapled ones are the other documents that Mayor will have to sign to execute this. So we just need a first and second motion, and all in favor to accept the resolution to authorize him to sign those documents.
Okay.
And resolutions don't have to be read.
Right.
Okay. Any questions for Lori on that? If not, I'll entertain a motion to accept that in a second.
I make a motion, we accept it, the
Motion.
resolution.
Motion by Clayton, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Terry, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. The next 2 items on the agenda, you have copies of them in the back of your packet. Several years ago, Jimmy Mattingly was given a key to the city by Mayor Thomason. And I don't know, I'm sure everybody here has seen actually this paper that we all sign and the key, and we usually have it framed for the recipient. I think Jimmy was never given this paper, or he was just given a key that day. And I opted to give one to Danny Roberts when they were here. Both of these gentlemen have been very, very successful in the music business. They've represented the city well. It still kind of gives me cold chills when I go to a concert and see Jimmy, and there's 70,000 people in somewhere, and they say from Leitchfield, Kentucky, and I just felt like it was something we could do to these gentlemen to show our appreciation for them. They're both very good about doing things for the community when they're called upon. So if there are any questions, I'd be glad to entertain them, but we want to, we just wanted to recognize them for, Danny, for the progresses he's made in the representation of our community, and get Jimmy basically caught up to with everybody else with the paperwork, so.
Plus, he can sure make those mandolins.
They can make them talk, yeah. So we'll do Jimmy first. If I need a motion and a second and a vote.
I make a motion to accept it.
Motion by Billy. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Gina. All in favor?
Aye.
And the next one's for Mr. Danny Roberts.
I make a motion.
Motion by Clayton. Second by Tootie. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, guys. I'm sure they'll appreciate that. I know the Saturday night of the filling contest, when I announced this for Danny, the first one to meet him backstage was his mama. And just a feel-good story for our community, you know. I appreciate y'all approving those. Unfinished business. Mr. Ventress,
Yes, sir.
HealthPlex timeline.
Thank you, Mayor. As you all know, the Hospital Foundation was kind enough to donate us about 10 acres of land across from the Aquatic Center. Probably talking about $300,000 to $500,000 piece of property, I would suspect. There was one stipulation, though, that we would have, I think, 3 years to time to start commencing construction. That time is ends, I think, in August of 2026. We do have, we can request an extension of that if we show process that
Show
we've got
movement.
improvement and we're heading that way. So I would just like to get things started, maybe a little bit on this to see. I think we have a lot of opportunity still for outside funding for this, that the city wouldn't have to fund the whole thing. So my thinking was maybe we get some input from the citizens, maybe have a forum at the next city council meeting, see what the citizens think, if this is something that they're interested in doing. We've talked about it, so just to give you an update, that's basically all it was.
All right, appreciate it. I have had the discussion with several people in the community that are really behind this, and I think with the help of some in the community and some of those in state government, that we do have a real shot. All I can call it now is a shot. I think we've got a shot to do something like this, and I think the community support would be strong for it. Obviously, we've gotten a good start with the property being donated, and we appreciate that. So just kind of keep that in the back of your minds. At some point soon, maybe we can have a public forum the next meeting. I'd also like for us to maybe reach out to some of those that may donate in a little bit larger way, and have a meeting for them, and then have a public meeting at some point, maybe at the center, for anyone interested, and kind of get a feel for what we're looking at. But I do think I think the city's part in it will be, I won't say minimal, because nothing about it's going to be minimal, but I think the city's part in it can be met with some help from the community, and it's something that we can do. And while you guys have it on your mind and are thinking about it, if there's anything specific about it that you'd like to see or like to talk about, we're open to a lot of things now. We just don't. I think if we get it going, there's going to be several different things we can do. We can't do everything, but we can build it to where we could expand if we needed to at some point. So, anything else, Danny?
That's it. Thanks.
Okay. Unfinished business, we'll go Billy, Terry,
No.
two, Clayton.
Yeah, I've been asked by several people about, we were talking about the garbage over there getting getting someone else to come in and do the garbage. Are we doing anything on that?
We have had that discussion recently, very recently, and the gentleman that we talked with, that we're looking at, got an email last week from them. Said they were close, but they were going to let us know before long what their fees were and what we could look at as far as from them. So really don't have anything to add to it right now till we hear back from them, but I think probably within the next 2 to 4 weeks, probably we'll have some information from them. That way we'll see if it's feasible for us to go one way or the other.
And one question I was asked was, all those that are bringing in these buildings and garbage and stuff, are they anybody, they said it, they were asking if they were out-of-county people bringing in garbage, how do we dictate who brings in garbage and, you know, like from somewhere else, because it was stacking up down there, and that you probably saw the thing that was put on Facebook about that.
Yeah. Well,
I'm sure Wesley saw somebody put
We
something
get a lot
on
from
there.
outside.
Yeah, I mean,
We get a lot. I mean, they.
Yeah, I told them we got a lot, but they just wondered how it was regulated, who did, who didn't, you know.
really not, if they come through, I mean, we allow them to dump, we charge them for it.
Right.
You take their
most-
ID,
Yeah.
their ID address, and
I'm going to guess, Wes, you and Scotty can tell me, I'm going to guess probably 90% of that will be able to be cleaned up and handled once we get the addition built over there. Tear out started on that today. I think they got a good start on it today, according to Scotty. So I think we'll see things coming along pretty quickly once they get that tore down and start construction on the new building. And I think that will cure most of it. I hope it cures all of it, but I hate to say anything's going to cure 100% of anything.
That's what I told them, and I told them I would ask tonight.
The problem has been is just, and it's no secret, the problem has been that,
No room.
well, the trucks that are supposed to be hauling it out
Right.
aren't doing their part. And,
Well, I told them, I said, Wes and them was doing everything they can, but, you know, we've just got, we depend on, Wes depends on these others to come get it and get it out, and if we don't,
got a
if they
contract
don't
with
come and do it, it hadn't got nothing to do with us.
yeah, we got a contract with them.
Right.
and we're at their mercy, but we're working on that.
Yeah.
We're working steady on that, so hopefully, with the additions over there and everything, we can make the service better too, and for ourselves.
Right.
And that's our goal anyway, but like I say, I expect maybe within a month, we'll know what we can and what we can't do financially, so.
Sounds good. That's it.
Okay. Gina, you have anything? Danny?
No, sir.
Lori? Earlene? Wes? David?
No, sir.
Tyler? No, sir. Okay. All right, we'll move on to new business. Billy, you have any new business?
No, not right now. No.
Okay. Terry?
No.
Tootie?
No.
I just got one thing. Wes, you remember over on Johnson Street, you know where James Gaither lives over there? You went over and dug out a bunch of ditches for him.
I think so.
It's about the fifth house on the right, or I mean on the left. Well, it's Trooper Gaither there. The other day, he was talking to me and he just asked, wonder if you could come back over and look at the culverts. And I told him we're running, you know, we've got so much to do that they've got, but the culverts need flushing out. It's 485 Johnson Street. The culverts over there, though, are stopping up. And I told him we had something to take care of it and that you'd take care of it, but And that was it. It's just that the culverts are stopped up and need flushing out, and there's a lot of that
Yeah, I've got a
around.
few that we gotta do.
Yeah, we got a lot of that to do, and that was all.
Okay.
Hey Clayton, when you get ones like that, maybe, can you suggest them maybe using the app? That way we can track it through, because there's tracking through there of when it's submitted and what they've done and how long it took to fix it. I think that would be good information for Wesley and them.
Okay, he doesn't have that app.
Okay, well, and that's fine.
There's some of them just don't have the app,
Yeah.
and so they just asked me to,
And that's fine if they do, and we might try and encourage them to, some of them to download the app, because it's gonna be good information for us.
right.
Next time I see James, I'll make sure he downloads that app. I'll tell him I'll put a knot on his head if he don't. Yeah. That'd be good, yeah.
That ought to be interesting.
Yeah.
And not everybody's gonna download it, but
No.
the more we can suggest it, it's gonna be easier for us to track stuff internally.
Right.
So.
Before I move on, I'm gonna back up just a little bit and tell you guys something that we worked on last week. We did have an engineer come and look at some water issues out in Cave Mill Road, Brumfield Road area. And we think we've got a good plan there to remedy that, or a good portion of it. So if you do talk to anybody there in that area, tell them that we do have a plan. Probably try to start on some of it, Scotty, Wes, when you say pretty soon. Excuse me? Soon, yeah. And so we got a good plan. Lincoln Trail actually has hired an engineer full-time with them, and we have access to him. And I think it's going to be a real good thing for us, because he seemed like he was on top of things and eager to help. So that maybe that'll be the start of something good with our water issues out in that area. So there's a lot of them, I think. All right, new business, Gina?
One thing, another feel-good story, but at Mr. McGee's pep rally, you officially, unofficially made it Mr. McGee.
Mhm.
I'd like to see that followed through with.
Yeah,
Yes.
Lori's working on
I got
it.
all the information from his son today to try and get that proclamation drawn up. It was late this afternoon when I got it, so we are.
We were going to
working
try
on
to get it with these, but just didn't get all the information we needed, so,
Okay, good deal.
yeah. Okay. Denny?
I have nothing. I assume Tyler's going to have something.
Okay. He's grinning, he must have something. Lori?
Well, I guess the only other thing, and we can consider it new or other, just a reminder that the transfer station is gonna be closed Thursday and Friday, so for anybody listening, they're gonna be putting in new scales, so should open back up on regular schedule Monday.
Yeah.
And I did push that out through the app, and it's on Channel 2 and on Facebook, so.
Okay, yeah. So if anybody sees it on your Facebook feed, maybe forward it, share it, whatever, that way, get the word out. Okay. Earlene?
No.
Wes? David? No, sir. Tyler?
I guess Councilman Ventress going to put me on the spot here.
Certainly. That's why you're paid the big bucks.
So we've, of course, been discussing medical cannabis for the past several months, actually. We had a little bit of a discussion today about different zones and how we want to regulate things as far as the planning and zoning aspect goes. And we've got some stuff that we're working on, obviously, we talked about. I'm going to put some of those things together and send out to you guys to look more in depth at, and then we'll talk about it at a later date. But hopefully we'll have everything ready for the October Planning Commission meeting to have a public hearing and to have the ordinance discussed and then vote on it and then bring that recommendation back to you guys. So that's where we're at on it right now. I think we've got a pretty good start.
You think you have enough information from us?
Right now, no.
Okay. What I would.
We're very, very close, but I'm going to summarize what we discussed earlier, send that back to you guys to look over it really good, and then maybe in the next week or so, get some feedback, and then take all that back to the planning commission at our September meeting, and then have everything put together for a hearing in October.
Okay,
Okay.
thanks.
Okay. We'll go on to other now. Reminder, there will be a sidewalk streetlight committee meeting on September 2nd.
Oh, I should say third.
Third,
It's
that's-
It is the third, right? It's Tuesday the third? Yeah.
And for anyone listening, we will, since that's Labor Day, we will meet on the 3rd, the Tuesday following Labor Day, so. All right, the next chamber luncheon is Thursday, September 12th, and to please let Lori know by noon on September 9th if you plan to attend. The next city council meeting will be on Tuesday, September 3rd, due to the Monday being a holiday. Reminder that if you need to submit claims to McGregor, you have 90 days from July 1st to do so. On the back of your packet here, there's a schedule there. Please let Lori know what day you would like to sign up to work the fair booth. Tuesday through Friday shift is 5 to 9, and Saturday 3 to 6 and 6 to 9. Annual chamber dinner is Thursday, September 26th. Please let Lori know ASAP if you plan to attend. I think they're having that back at the center, or at Rough River this year, aren't they?
Honestly, I didn't look.
I think that's right, so space will be limited, so if you want to go, and it's a good night, it's a worthwhile thing to attend if you want to, but let her know right away because space will be limited down there. I know past years they've turned people away because they were out of chairs.
Yeah, we've got 16 seats, and I think we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 of them filled right now. So I know April is already asking, for our list, and at some point, when we don't get those filled, we usually end up turning those seats over. So
Right.
I think we're going to get them all filled this year.
Okay, good deal. All right, dedication of the Liberty Tree at the American Legion Veterans Memorial Park on Saturday, September 14th at 11 a.m. This ceremony is sponsored by Grayson Springs chapter of the National Society Daughters of the American Revolution. I don't know if you guys have noticed those trees that we planted over there. How long's that been, Scotty? 6 months? They are, I guess in country vernacular, we call them sprouts, but they were taken from the original Liberty Tree from back during the Civil War era. Am I right? Mid-1800s? Revolutionary War. Remind me when that was. I guess mid-1800s, early 1800s? 1700s.
The old 1776.
1776, well, there you go.
Don't you remember?
Yeah, I remember
And
that, now that I think of it. So, but, yes, Tammy may be able to enlighten me a little bit on that, but it is a pretty neat story.
The DAR had put in a request for these trees, and they were given to them. I think we are the first place in Kentucky to be able to plant them. One is really doing well, and the other one is struggling, but it's still surviving. And they would like to have as many people out there as possible. They're going to have some of the national DAR, the state representatives. It will be a short ceremony, but I think she said less than an hour. But it really is an honor. It's a tulip poplar tree. So, and they grow fast, and they're absolutely beautiful. But I think it was great that they contacted us and asked if we could plant it in the tree. And I thought the best place was right there by the Veterans Memorial. So, if you all would come, would be great. Like I said, and I think some of the ladies are actually dressing up in the Revolutionary
Yeah.
era. So, it'll be a really nice event, and I'd really like to see Grayson County show up for that.
Okay. Thank you, Tammy. So if you can make that, I'm sure they'd be more than happy to have everybody they could get there and make it, the bigger the better, so. Okay, and one other thing, I just happened when I saw Tammy stand up, I think you all know, but I just want to make sure, next season, we will be hosting the district tournament for the Little League program across this area, so it'll be about a week long of events and a lot of people, a lot of tourists coming in and out of the city, so that's kind of a big thing in that baseball realm, to be able to host that, so. All right, if there's no other concerns, questions, announcements, or anything, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Motion by Clayton,
Second.
second by Terry. All in favor?